Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be reviewing Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion Season 1 Episode 2. You Like Me, You Really Like Me. Which when I first heard that title, it was kind of but I don't rate the episodes based on the title. Like, not usually, so I'm not gonna take a point off for that. I'm trying to remember Keeping Up Appearances for the Owl House Season 2. What was it, like episode 4? I wonder if I took a point out for that, because that's how it's kind of cheesy. So, but this how it's kind of like but yeah, it is earlier than I usually do videos. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now, so I'm doing episode 2. So hopefully, like in an hour or so, I can start recording for episode 3, so that can premiere tomorrow on Saturday. I want to record today because, like I said in episode 1, I'm going on a trip, and I got too tired to do episode 2 yesterday, so I'm doing episode 2 right now. So, and there was no copyright problems for episode 1, so that's great. So hopefully it will be the same thing for episode 2, no copyright problems, and everything will be fine. But without any more dawdling, let's get on with episode 2. We start with... Okay, where do we start with? I just watched the episode. What happened? Oh yeah, because we're not gonna... Because it's not like the full episode, just like episode 1, so you're not gonna get to Ultraviolet and Maya. They're like looking at something. You're not gonna get that for a while, so okay, I remember now. Ultraviolet's doing her live stream just like episode 1. She said, "I'm not gonna stop my live stream," and she basically says "Oh hey, I'm gonna hey Ultra V, so I'm gonna team up with Black Scorpion, my first real crime fighting, because the first one she was just really observing. She used gumballs, but she was really observing. So I can do my first crime fighting, and obviously everyone's excited. She goes to the gym, and you see Cruz, and apparently I called him Tio Cruz. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go back to that, but in the episode, Cruz said oh, here's my favorite goddaughter. So even though, but he's Nina's brother. So wouldn't he be the uncle? Maybe he's both. I mean, he can be both if he wants to. So I'm gonna call him Tio Cruz and Godfather Cruz. Because why not? Why not? In the comments below, do you want to call him Tio Cruz or Godfather Cruz? I think maybe we can do either one, because he said oh, he's my favorite goddaughter when he's talking to Violet. Oh, here's my favorite grandchild. You hug them. So he's the godfather, but he's the brother of her mom. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so Cruz is basically sweeping the gym because he owns the gym, and she's whoosh, she's in ultraviolet mode, so all the trash went out everywhere, and and then he's like, "Hey, I can help you sweep that kind of faster." "Oh, you're sweeping," commenting he's kind of like an old man. And say, "Come on, let's catch some crimmies." And I don't really mind the word crimmies, but it is kind of silly. And he's like, "No one calls criminals crimmies, but okay, I'm gonna put down the broom, but come on, hop up in what do you call it, the ring, basically, for the wrestling ring." And he does I forgot what they were called, but it was in Spanish. Excuse me. And he does one, pretty impressive. And she's like, "Really? How many?" After the first one, you do 50 more. "Oh, come on, I want to catch some criminals." "You're not ready for that." "Yeah, I am." "No, I can do this super fast. You won't even know." Okay. She tries to do it. She just goes and turning, but she just can't stop it. And then boom, smacks her head. And he's like, "Okay, great, 49 more to go." And she's like, "What?" So, And basically, she's at school with Maya, and before she meets up with Maya, she's looking at her Ultraviolet account, and she's like, "What happened to the contact? What happened to your fight with Black Scorpion? Like, what's going on? Like, so much for catching Krimis." And Maya's like, "What happened?" And she's, Black Scorpion just wants me to train, like, be in the gym, and Maya's like, "What?" Obviously they're kids, so they wanted like superhero action, like but you got trained first. So Violet's being like impatient, so it's like I need to get through the Black Scorpion somehow. Like, well, you better figure out something because like last night wasn't good. The people are getting a little bit upset. Okay. Then we get to um the next day, or is it dinner? No, no. Yeah, because they went in school, so I think it was around dinner time. So I'm sorry. And basically, again, it's the dad. I like him, but sometimes he favors Tiago over Violet, and it just rubs me the wrong way, I guess, because he tells Violet like oh no phones at the table, which is a good idea. Like you talk about your day with the family, it's important. But when Tiago has his phone out, Violet's like, hey dad, remember no phones at the table, right? Tell Tiago. And then he says, "Oh, did you post a new video yet?" Because he's really impressed with his son. He's like, "Oh, it's not a big deal. I just, posted like me like singing on a bench just see if people would like it, like And he's a pretty good singer, but again, like, it's just like just a little bit frustrating. So but I'm taking a point out for that. I just hopefully the dad grows on me more. But it just really seems like he favors Tiago over Violet, and the mom's trying to do a good job with. He does love her, but the mom kind of has like a better way of showing it. I don't know, because I want to like him, but he just says some things where I'm like, come on. But I don't know. Maybe some people like it. I don't know. But we put some videos like oh baby bird, and it's pretty good. It's catchy, and it's like you were just sitting on a bench? He's like, yeah, and people just like it. And he's like, ooh, hey, oh no, Nina was basically saying like, oh, like your father, like he was really good on the guitar, is a really good singer. Oh yeah, in college. So okay, we know that the dad went to college. We. He's wearing scrubs, so he might be like a nurse or a doctor, but I'm not 100% sure. Or that maybe to just be like a type of shirt, but it looks like scrubs. They're like really dark scrubs. And obviously we know Nina is a principal, so obviously she needed to go to college. So did she go to college longer than I don't know his name, the dad? Maybe, who knows? Because it takes a long time before you become a teacher. So maybe. Oh, in the comments below, does it take longer to become a principal than it is to become a nurse or a doctor? Like I'm actually not sure. That's actually interesting. But besides that, um, so what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so the dad's like, oh maybe I should post a video, and then obviously the kids are kind of like, I don't know. And he said like, yeah, like yeah, I can send, I can be on the couch, I can be a guy on the couch. Oh no, and we oh yeah, so that was like dinner time, and we're at night, and basically she's like, oh like guys, like like I know I promised you superhero content, I promise that's coming, but I want to do an unboxing for you guys. And she does it like super quickly, but the whole point of unboxing is like you have them not really super slowly, but you open the packaging, you inspect the object, you say what it is, and you say how much you like it or dislike it, is it too overpriced, all that fun jazz. But she does super quickly, and she even says, "Oh wow, that was kind of fast. That was really fast." Everyone's like, doing thumbs downs, a lot of throw up emojis, and then she reads it like, oh, like, oh wow, like, oh, you ruined unboxing for me, like, and it wasn't one that was like $99 an hour from a house or something. Also, this video stinks, so okay. um, but yeah, but she's kind of like, ugh. But it's the next day, and my mind just immediately goes to her house like, we got a problem. You're losing followers. And basically, the lesson, spoilers, the lesson in this video is that followers don't matter. And that could be like for anyone, not just Ultraviolet, like and for superhero stuff. Like that's not the point of being a superhero. It's about helping people. At least it should be. And just like you're doing YouTube, like I'm mostly doing this for me. You liking it is much of a bonus, but I really appreciate it if you guys like it. So give a thumbs up. But besides that, what was I talking about? I mentioned something about this girl that planned on going to a bunny farm, right? And because there was a bunch of other people that love bunnies because bunnies are cute, and basically she planned on going to bunny farms, but apparently there was this dairy farm that was called Bunny Farms for some reason. That's it. When I first heard that, when I watched the episode, that was so weird. And I just rewatched the episode like a little bit ago. And that's still so weird to me. Why call your dairy farm Bunny Farms? Who knows? Maybe they used to have bunnies. Who knows? And she's like, oh, the bunny hive, basically like the queen bees of the group of the content who loves bunnies, the fan base. They went rapid on her. Like, we never saw her again. But she didn't really say that. But so yeah, you gotta do something. Like, I'm gonna talk to Black Scorpion. She goes to the gym. Hey, is that my favorite mentor? Oh, like the sandwich you're eating, it really brings out your eyes. And he's like, nice try. Come on, we gotta do some more training. And she's like, no, I'm done with this. And he's like, you have to. And she's like, I lied about you having nice eyes with that sandwich. So she lied for the first time. Whatever. But she's like, I want to fight real criminals. I'm going to do it with or without you. And he's like, you're not ready. Like, I'm going to go. And I agree with Black Scorpion, but Cruz, you are so impatient. And she's like, I'm not impatient. I just want to go right now. I love Cruz's facial expressions. They're really funny. Even if it's not like animated, it's live action. The actor, I think is really cool. I wonder if he's in other stuff. Maybe he is. But he's like, what the heck? And then she's like, she even admits to herself that she's kind of crazy. She's like, I know that sounds kind of like impatient, but it's just, what did she say? It's kind of funny. Wait, youthful exuberance or something? I don't know. Exuberance. Youthful exuberance or something like that. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm so sorry. But he's just like, what the heck? Oh, Ultraviolet's going crazy. And, I'm sorry. And basically, she just tells Maya like at school again. And school is not really like a big prominent factor. It might be later on, but for right now, it isn't. And I'm kind of glad for that. Just focus on her training, learning lessons about superhero work. Like, that's the main important thing. At least for like these first 2 episodes, basically, they're talking about right now. And she's like, I'm so done with Black Scorpion. I'm gonna go on a fight some crime. And I'm actually kind of worried when I heard that. I was like, what's gonna happen? And when I was looking at that trailer, I always kind of think about the trailer when she like says some things. I look back in the trailer. I'm thinking, is this where she's gonna meet her nemesis, like the Shocker? I'm assuming the Shocker because Violet was kind of fighting like him or her off, and Black Scorpion said like, Ultraviolet, you're not ready. So this is where it's gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Because the trailer's out of context, so this is her first like solo mission. So who knows? And basically, and then Maya's like, okay, what are you gonna do? And and she's like, oh, I got something even like greater for you. You could do like a meetup. And he's like, well, that like it's like a meetup outside the cafe, be some Tiago, it's gonna do like a performance there. Oh, so that's pretty cool that she's gonna like enjoy seeing her brother play. And I was gonna say that maybe Tiago's gonna have stage fright, but that might not be the case. Who knows? It happens sometimes, but it might be cliche at this point. But But it's like yeah, like my brother, while he does that, I can be ultraviolet and I can do some signings. That's great. But my fans want superhero content. Well, you could do after, like the night before the sign up and the meet and greet. You do your superhero stuff and your crime fighting, and then you talk about it, like, oh, this guy, like, oh, he's so big, and talk about that. It's like, oh, okay. And it's dinner time. And the food just looks amazing. Could it be better? Maybe, but at least for me, it looks pretty great. And Cruz comes in for the first time, and Nina's like, Cruz, you're here. Like, oh my goodness, and she gives him a hug. It's like, yeah, I came for dinner. I felt kind of sad for this because the reason why he's there is to look after Violet, to make sure that she comes back to train, not to reconnect with the family. But he does say something. Because like, when Tiago and Cruz say, like, oh, you need help with the water bill? Like, do you have a pipe that's like loose? It's leaking? Do you need more food? Do you need groceries? And then he's like, okay, I need to reconnect with you guys. I need to come over more. I'm glad he said that because the main reason why, because he even pulls... Violet said, oh, here's my favorite goddaughter. That's what I mentioned before. She's like, what are you doing here? You need to come back to training. That's the main reason why he's here. But I felt kind of bad. But he does say, I need to be here with you guys. Because she even says, like, that invitation for you coming over for dinner, that was a week ago. And she's like, oh, I thought it was a long invitation thing. Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Oh, so that's pretty funny. So they're having dinner, and the argument's here. It's an argument where Violet's basically saying Tiago, basically mentioned Tiago's playing for people. She's like, aren't you glad you get the recognition? He's like, oh yeah, and then but Cruz is like saying, but that's not the reason why you play, for the recognition. It's like, no, but I don't think so. Because he's new to it. And she's like, it's nothing wrong with getting recognition. And he's like, am I getting recognition like for this? Is that a bad thing? Am I becoming egomaniac? He's kind of freaking out. I was like, oh no, Tiago, he's one of my favorite characters. But don't worry, he gets settled back down, and they move on to Nina. It's like my dear sister Nina. When you became a teacher, did you flaunt about it? And then Violet's like, not about flaunting. And then she's like, well, no, like, I don't care about social media, all this stuff, you know. And but you did put your diploma on the wall, on the fridge. I think it was like a teaching license. It was like on the fridge. And so, like, aren't you glad to get recognition? It's like, yeah, recognition is important, but that shouldn't be the main important thing why you do the thing. Which I'm really glad. I agree with Nina here. Are you glad you get recognition? Yeah. Who doesn't? Just like what you said, I'm glad, but that shouldn't be like the main reason. If you just do it just for followers, well, again, it's like a big conflict. It's not just with this show; it's with other stuff. So that you getting recognition shouldn't be like the main focus. It shouldn't. Obviously, like, you're bound to get it, but sometimes you don't get it. Sometimes your subscribers go down. And that happened to me a couple times. And do I get disappointed? Yeah, but you get back up. That's the main important thing. I'm kind of talking too fast. I'm sorry. But basically, they're having an argument. And Nina's like, what's going on with you two? And they're like, we're fine. Like, obviously, they're not fine. It's nighttime. And, oh, this is where we get to right here. Oh, guess I was talking for a while. Okay, it hasn't been too long. Okay. And we basically have Violet and Maya. Maya's going to be recording. Violet's going to be doing superhero stuff. You see, okay, it's not the... Spoilers, it's not the shocker. Just people robbing. It's like, okay. And she does the live stream. Hey, Ultravies. Like, I'm going to, stop some robbers. Like, let's catch some crimmies. So, okay. And she, spins him around to get him dizzy, and he accidentally slams his head, and she wraps him up super fast. But then she's like, oh, she even says, like, oh, now you're broke. Kind of like a quip. Okay, pretty cool. And I was like, okay, what's going to happen? And he said, oh, yeah, I completed my, first crime. And there's this guy with a saw. Oh, my goodness, he's going to kill her. And then Maya's like, I think this crime's still going to be in progress. And then, he just goes over to release like his friend or at least his lackey to like get out the ropes. But I was like, I got this. She goes in to catch them. He closes the door, which is pretty smart. Boom. I like the pop art. It's pretty cool. And then boom, she lands in the trunk because she's not thinking. And like they open it, the guy like grabs her, and he has the saw going to go to her face, and she's kind of scared because why didn't she just super speed out of there? She's in shock because this is the first time this kind of happened to her. Then Black Scorpion shows up. Oh my gosh! I kind of want to play some. No, not too much.
I know what you're gonna say.
So I'm like, I don't want to play too much, but I just like boom. He's a pretty cool superhero. And Violet's like, look, I know what you're gonna say, but like, he even offered his hand to her, but she didn't like, take it. Oh, it's so sad. And I know we can say, but what was I supposed to do? Like, just be in the gym, like for like 1,000 years? And he's like, what you did was dangerous and reckless. Like, you could have been hurt. I kind of want to play this right here.
Hero 2!
You know the first thing about being a superhero. You could have been hurt, or worse.
But the mask chose me.
And I have no idea why it did.
So again, I don't want to play too much. But he's like, you don't know the first thing about being a superhero. You could have been hurt. You were being reckless. And he didn't even say this, but maybe he didn't really know because Maya was kind of hiding. But there was going to be like a Lion King thing where, I guess spoilers for Lion King, the first one, where Mufasa said like what's worse, you put Nala in danger because it wasn't just you, it was also your friend, your closest friend. So that was gonna be the same thing, like you put your best friend in danger also. It wasn't just you. You put like a civilian out there. Like you just for likes? What's wrong with you? But maybe he didn't like really see her because she was kind of hiding. So but maybe did, but also maybe he knew but didn't want to just add that on her. But who knows? But she's like, the mask chose me. He's like, I had no idea why I did. And that's also for me also because I'm kind of like, is this supposed to be in the family? But why not Tiago? Why not the dad? Why not Nina? Why just Cruz and Violet? Can it go to other people? Is it just for a specific family? So I'm kind of, so that's kind of like a double mean. Like, I don't know why the mask chose you. So, and he's like, you don't get it. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get through to you. I'm wasting my time. Like, we're done. Wait a minute. Let me get a good shot. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. She takes the mask off. And then Maya said, like, hey, I shut off the live stream. It caught a little bit the fight when Black Scorpion showed up, but I shut it off. And then she's like, I messed up. And Maya's like, he's just mad. But I love Violet right here. He was right. Thank you. Because he was. Because, there's something I was going to get into, but I don't want to get into it. But she says he was right. He's right. He's right. And he's like, I'm no superhero. I'm reckless. She has a mask in her hand. She says, I wish I never found this thing. She puts it in well, like kind of like a garbage compactor. And then Maya looks in the mask. And then it crushes the mask. So, okay. Like if it gets crushed, does it get destroyed, or is it magic? Does it go to someone else? Like, does Violet get to choose the next successor? I was kind of like, wow, already in episode 2, we get like an Ultraviolet no more. Kind of like Spider-Man no more. Like, Ultraviolet no more. Because Ultraviolet gave it up. Like, even though Black Scorpion said that we're done, I'm done training you, Violet could have kept the mask. Because the mask chose her. But no, she's like, I'm done. So, we get Ultraviolet no more. How long is this going to be? Spoilers, she gets back in this episode. But, well, which is fine. Because, spoilers for like Spider-Man Homecoming. Peter gets his suit taken away, but then he gets it back when he like proves himself. So it kind of makes sense. So she's on her bed and like looking at her phone, like oh what type of super? I don't like the fan base Ultraviolet has. Like what kind of superhero needs to be saved? Superheroes can be saved. The only problem is that when you have a certain skill set and then you just somehow lose the skill set, that doesn't make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like the new She-Ra, like the She-Ra reboot, where it showed that Hordak was a very powerful dude, and then Catra not once but twice whooped Hordak, even though it showed Hordak stronger than Catra. It's kind of like that. That's the only like problem with, even though they're both technically villains, but it's a whole other thing. I don't know. So I guess spoiler for that show, but it was like a long time ago. So, but so like the fan base is kind of toxic a little bit. Hopefully they're not all like that, but you say, what type of superhero needs to be saved? Superheroes can be saved. You just cannot lose your powers out of nowhere and your skill sets. Like, is it like, imagine Black Widow just can't jump from building to building anymore, like, or use grappling hooks. That's just ridiculous. Like, or Hawkeye can't shoot like an arrow from like a long distance, or Bruce Banner can turn into the Hulk. I mean, unless it's like they take from some storylines that makes sense, but if it just comes out of nowhere, like, no, it doesn't make any sense. So superhero writers gotta be careful with that. Really, really important. Okay, where was I? So she's looking at some, toxic fans. And the mom comes in, like, come on, it's time to see Tiago, like, do his performance at the coffee shop. And she's like, oh, what's wrong? She's a concerned mom. I posted the video, and not a lot of people like it, and I tried to do something else, and I completely let them down. And now they hate me. Nina's like, this is why I didn't want you guys to be on social media. Like, this is why I don't like it. It's not good. Even sometimes it can be good, but sometimes it's not, which is true. It's true. And she says, like, I thought it would be later down the years when you would think you're a complete failure. Even though she's not calling her a failure to her face, like, right, like, she doesn't mean to call her a failure, but basically you are going to fail sooner or later. But she said, I really hoped it was going to be later down the line. But it kind of makes sense. It's kind of good that she feels it now at the 13, so that she like learns a lesson from it early in the age. So not like when she's 15 or 16, when hormones are kind of more, I don't want to say like unstable, but 15, 16-year-olds, there's a lot of stuff. But she said, hey, like, is your friends? Do I have to call a parent? Because I will. And, it's part of my job. And she's like, no, it's not. But like, why do you care? You post what you like, and your friends like them, and even if your friends don't like them, the important thing is that you like them and you try your best. You try your very best. She said, like, yeah, you're right, Mom. I'm glad the mom like gave her like some confidence. Kind of like in Spider-Man Homecoming, when Aunt May gave some advice to Peter, even though a lot of people don't like that version of Aunt May, in like the MCU, version of it. I thought she did a pretty good job, but maybe it could have been like a little better. But I like that moment in Homecoming where the Spider-Man like no more, or I guess Spider-Man taken away. I guess I thought she did a pretty good job. But And then she said, like, yeah, you're right, Mom. They gave a hug, and she said, oh, yes, I love the violet hug. And, like, she's hugging her. Come on, it's time to see Tiago. And they go in, and he starts singing. And then, like, my step and Violet, like, hey, look, your fans are outside. And she's like, oh, we're going to go. And her mom's about to say something, but did he leave anyways? I was kind of like, oh, that was kind of rude a little bit. And, like, if it was, like, a bank robbery and she still had a mask, like, that would be, like, a different situation. She had to help people, responsibility. But she just went to look at some fans, so that was kind of so. But she's like, oh yeah, I forgot to cancel it. Like, oh, you guys are waiting for Ultraviolet, and she's like, yeah, she's amazing. Like, even though she messed up, like she one of the boys is like one of the little boys. I'm sorry, getting like a little accent. I'm sorry. One of the little boys. Yeah, I think I said it right that time. Um, he said, I hope she's okay from like last night, but she kind of had a failure. I hope she's alright. Oh, that was sweet. And then she's like, see, some people still love you. They care about you. Like, they want you to succeed. And some of those toxic fans, like, we just had to like not pay attention to them. She didn't really say like I was kind of like in the wrongs a little bit. She wasn't forcing it. I'm not saying that, but she was kind of like a big influence with like the social media. Like you better do it, or the bunny hive is gonna come after you. But sorry, the lighting kind of changed a little bit. Um, and basically, like, oh, it doesn't matter because like I threw away my mask. And then this woman comes, is like, oh, has anyone seen my little girl? I forgot her name. Was it Riley? I forgot. And she's like, oh, man, I forgot. And she's like, oh, what's wrong? My little girl, she wanted to see Ultraviolet. She's wearing a purple ribbon. She must have wandered off somewhere. But I'm kind of thinking, did she just let go of your hand and you just didn't notice? We don't have the full context, so I'm not going to take a point off because how could you lose your child? But again, I don't know the full context because she just let your hand go, then you looked, and then you looked away. Like, what happened? So she didn't really say. She's like freaking out. And then Violet, as Violet, not Ultraviolet, Violet, don't worry, we're going to help you. She's a good person without the mask also. Not just catch bad guys, to help people. And this is where her true colors is coming through, which I do really appreciate. She has her flaws, yes, she's not perfect, but she helps people. So I really enjoy that. So obviously Maya and Violet are trying to help, and Violet went off her own, Maya went on her own. Violet's trying to, was it Maya? I don't know. No, Maya's a friend, sorry. And basically, she's looking. You see the little girl just walking around, like, oh my goodness. And then Violet's like, what am I gonna do? She's asking people. She's going inside restaurants, and the mask, with a bunch of newspapers, poof, slams her in the face. The mask recognizes her true colors and what she wants to do, and that she wants to help people. Violet kind of looks at the mask with a smile, kind of like, this is my second chance. She doesn't say that, but kind of like has a face. This is my second chance. She puts on the mask. She's like zooming through, but like, and you know how she kind of had a choice to kind of like the check on with the fans first. No, she's gonna say the little girl, because the little girl almost gets hit by kind of like was it a truck? I forgot, but by a vehicle, and then she grabs her. And she's like, oh, you're Ultraviolet, you look like me. He's like, yeah, I guess I do kind of look like you. She obviously takes off her mask, and I guess the little girl knows who she is, but I guess she kind of had to hold her hand so she doesn't wander off again. But so yeah, but she's like, mommy, she's a superhero, she's Ultraviolet, and then Buzz like, oh no, I'm not her, but she wants to keep in with the rules of no one else should know. And basically, she's like, oh yeah, she's like Ultraviolet. She saved you, like you know, she helped you bring you back to me to safety. And then she's a good person. So obviously, Violet did like, shh, and the little girl did it also. So kind of like, okay, I won't tell her. Like, I won't tell anyone else because maybe some little girls or little children in her class and like down the street might believe her, but like the parents are like, nah, no. So and then and again, she could have done like a meetup. I think everyone like went home by this point. Hopefully they're not disappointed. But then they go sit down, and the brother Tiago sang a song about Violet, saying that you are a true hero, even though in the song the lyrics, even though she looks up to me, which she does, I look up to her. I love that so much. And she said, like, you're a hero, like, you're a true hero, like, you mess up, you fail, but you get back up. It was really awesome. But I think she maybe took some inspiration in that song, because she kind of went online with the mask saying, like, hey, I know kind of messed up, I'm sorry, but I was focusing too much on likes, but I'm not going to post everything on here, on superhero content, but if I do, hopefully you like, but if you don't, that's okay too. And we shouldn't focus on people's validation. So, and there's a lot of people giving like a bunch of thumbs up and hearts like they usually do. So, okay, Ultraviolet's back. And she's like, okay, I'll see you next time. She even said, like, I'll see you, like, tomorrow, next week. She's, next time. It's vague. Then you hear Cruz, you see Cruz, so, like, I think he was, like, doing some paperwork or something. He's hearing, like, a, he's like, oh, hey, we're close. And then Violet is, like, doing those, like, hurdle things, like, he asked her to. She's like, oh, it's okay, I know the owner. And he kind of gives a look. She's like, I know. I get it now. About being a true people is about helping people. And it's not about likes. And I was too focused on it. And you're right. And I'm sorry. And I want to get back to work. I want you to train me again. And he's like, I owe you an apology too. I had no idea why the mask chose you. But it did. You have to accept that. That's the first thing. I shouldn't have gave up on you. But that will never happen again. So he's like, okay, like, no whining. We gotta do the donkey kicks. And she's like, oh, donkey kicks. Well, come on. It's all okay. But she's like, my legs don't go that high. How about pony kicks? So they're both laughing about it. He said, no, that's not a thing. But it's my thing. And they're both doing the donkey kicks, but she's kind of doing it halfway because she's smaller. And that's the end of the episode. Awesome. So Ultraviolet no more, but now she has the mask back. She has the mask back. So that's pretty cool. Okay. My rating for this episode. Let's see. Let's see. %. This was a B plus. It was a great episode. Unlike the first episode, maybe because it has like more origins, I guess. I kind of like thought that episode. I even gave it like, it was like a 90. It was like fantastic. This one, it's not bad, but this one was just great. It was an 85%, B plus. It was a great episode. Kind of had Ultraviolet no more a little bit. We had like Ultraviolet kind of finding her like true colors about being a hero. Tiago with that song, it was pretty cool. But just a couple of things about kind of leaving like the coffee shop, even though the mom was kind of like stopping her, but she went anyway. That was like, a little and also like the dad is rubbing me off the wrong way a little bit again. So hopefully episode 3 on he doesn't do that, but who knows? So yeah, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video, and I'll see you guys, I guess Saturday, but like I'm gonna record it today because, again, trip. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion Season 1, Episode 3, called Lucha Libre? Yeah, Lucha Libre. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for that. Okay? Bye.